Hello and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going on a 4-day trip with my motorhome. I will try to get as high up as possible in the mountains, hopefully above 800 meters above sea level. And I think we'll have a very interesting trip this time. By the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Børre. I am a biologist and I will take you with me on smaller or longer hikes and show you some of the beautiful sceneries we have around here. So stay tuned for that. Well, we have arrived at a place called Voss, which is a small town between Oslo and Bergen, and we have to do some shopping here. Well, I'm climbing up now through a mountain pass here, and it is a very nice scenery here. You can see in front of me here, you can actually see the road, how it's winding up here through the hillside to get on top of the summit here, where I'm going to try to find a place to stay for the night. The road I was driving became more narrow the higher up in the mountains I got. Eventually I turned onto a dirt road that could lead me up to 15 kilometers into the mountains. This road had a very low standard. It was bumpy and narrow, and I wondered if I made a wrong decision even to drive here with such a heavy vehicle. It became unfortunately even worse. The dirt road I was following became even narrower and carved into a steep slope. I found myself in a situation where I was stuck with a vertical cliff on my right hand side and a 50-meter high drop off on the left hand side, and there were no fences on this road. Well, I've been driving around 10 kilometers along a dirt road here now, and I found a beautiful place on the edge of a hillside where I'm going to stay for the night. So I'll show you what I have around me here. Well, let's go out and have a look. And as you can see, my car is standing here, and behind me I got this magnificent view. I'm on top of this mountain, and as you can see from in the distance, you see all these deep fjords and very nice scenery to stay for the night. And hopefully I will be the only one staying here tonight, and I'm really looking forward to this because can you imagine waking up to this kind of scenery? Yeah, I'm staying here now, and it's rather late in the evening. Actually, it is midnight, and can you imagine 12 o'clock at night, and I'm standing here, and it's rather bright outside. So this is one of the remarkable things about living in the north, that you have these bright summer nights. You know, in English you would call these nights the white nights because of the bright sky, and in Norwegian we call it hvite netter, hvite netter, and other languages along the northern part of the world, they have similar names. In Russia they call this bielые ночи, which means white nights. So this is a phenomenon that is really interesting to explore. And if you go further north, you will have the midnight sun. The sun will never go down. Hello, you have time traveled. It's the next morning. I've been sleeping very well. I've been staying here all by myself the entire night, so it's been a beautiful, beautiful night. Today I've had a rather slow breakfast, slow start of the day. I have been starting up my generator to charge up my batteries. I also have a solar panel, a portable, but today is a bit cloudy, so it's been difficult to charge up the batteries by using the sunshine. So that's why I'm using a generator here. The plan for today is to take my bike, as you can see behind me here, and go hiking for a couple of kilometers into the mountains here. There is a dirt road going part of this area, and I can also take a look at some of the dams. There's some hydroelectric power plants in this area also. So I think it will be an interesting day, so just join me for the ride today. Well, even if it's very, very steep here and very risky to go biking in this terrain and on this kind of road, the reward you get by seeing this beautiful view, it makes it worth it all. And this is so enjoyable, and what a beautiful day. To go biking on this road is really challenging because it's so bumpy, and there's a lot of gravel floating around here, so I really have a challenge getting by here. But I have to be very careful not to fall over here, because it's a risky business to go biking in this kind of terrain. There's always a lot of sheep roaming these mountains in summertime, and normally the lambs, they stick to the mother the entire summer. They are a bit curious because I think they are wondering if there's some food coming, is there some food coming, or is it just a tourist? And this is how a curious sheep looks like. In the background here you can see the road that I've been biking down, and it was rather steep and challenging. I'm so glad that I survived. The area where I'm in is a landscape protection area, which means that it's protected by law. And there's a population of reindeer inside of these mountains, and also there are many interesting geological phenomena that one can study that are protected. The Stølsheimen landscape protection area was established already in 1990, and there are many restrictions about how to use this mountain range. You can't drive here with motorized vehicles, there are hunting restrictions, there are farming restrictions, and the area is quite huge. It's more than 370 square kilometers, so it's a vast mountain range. And even the dogs have to be kept here on lead. At the entrance of this landscape protection area they have made a huge dam, and you can see here where they collect all the water to be used in the hydroelectric power plant further down the valley. Yeah, you can even drive onto one of these dams. So let's take a look how it looks on top of this construction. These huge dams you can see here behind me have been quite controversial through history, and it is a damage to the landscape and the area that is unrepairable. And you can also see behind me here that the entire lake has been emptied out. There's almost not a water left in the lake because they are emptying this water into the power plant. So this has been very controversial, but at the same time it's a hydroelectric power is very environmentally friendly. It's a recyclable resource, and people argue that it's a good thing. And in Norway, more than 95% of the energy used in this country comes from hydroelectric power plants. One good thing when you go hiking in Norway is that you don't need to worry about getting enough water, because as you can see here, there's plenty of running water around here, and you can drink it wherever you are. Behind me here you can see the impact of this huge dam. That they've put off this dam and they are emptying out the water when they need electricity. And exactly where I'm staying here now is the limit where the original lake was situated. And you can see how much water that has been depleted or been taken away from this lake. And you know, as a biologist, it is a bit sad to see this, because there are some ecological consequences of this, and one of them is, for instance, that salmon that needs to swim up the rivers to breed, and every season. And when you have a huge dam there are problems and interruptions in the movement of the salmon. And there are also other implications can be quite serious. For instance, that when these lakes freeze during winter time, many skiers they want to go skiing on these lakes because it's quite comfortable to cover a huge distance by going skiing. At the same time, these lakes are very dangerous because of the water level is always changing, and then the ice becomes very unstable, and so there have been accidents where skiers have been falling through the ice and lost their lives. So many consequences of this activity. Well, the guy that back in the days built this little cabin here probably put the cabin along the shoreline of this beautiful big lake, and but now the water has retracted, so he must be a bit disappointed today. As you can see, there is still snow up here at this altitude, even in the middle of summer, and some of this snow will actually never melt before winter. And we are on around 1,000 meters above sea level here, so it is not a surprise that the summer comes late. Yeah, I found the entrance to a big cave up here. I tried to get closer without hurting myself. But if I go inside this big cave, which is made by huge rocks put on top of each other, and underneath here there is a beautiful cave, and if it's raining, you can sit underneath here and be dry. The Stølsheimen landscape protection area is also interesting for those who enjoy watching the geology of the area. And I found some of these beautiful metally looking rocks here, and these minerals are called glimmer, and they are in different versions depending on what kind of elements they contain. And but it's quite common, and it breaks up into these flakes, very thin flakes, and give this beautiful metallic look. And glimmer is part of the granite that you see behind. These mountains are made of granite, most of the mountains in this area, and glimmer is a quite common component in granite, so this is not uncommon to find here. Well, this concludes the video from the Stølsheimen landscape protection area. I've been staying here for a couple of days now and had a beautiful time. Unfortunately, today it's been raining a little bit, and you can see the clouds are hanging down here in the valley. So I will be turning home today, I guess. I hope you enjoy this content, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me a lot. And if you want to see more of this, please subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, I wish you a beautiful day, and remember to stay active in nature, and don't forget to be curious.